Hi, any statesman?
There's no evidence against me.
Is this the end of your career, Andrew?
Absolutely not. This case file is empty. We've done nothing wrong. They know we've done nothing wrong. The case file is completely empty.
Gentlemen, ask the police what evidence there is against me.
Wait.
Ask the police what evidence they have against me. It's nothing. They're holding me because of media pressure. You are okay? They're persecuting me because I'm rich and successful. Do not get rich in Romania.
Well, actually, apparently the police and the prosecutors have quite a bit of evidence against you because the disgraced Tate brothers have finally been charged with human trafficking and rape following a months-long investigation in Romania. I also want to say it's ironic that he said don't get rich in Romania when they specifically went to Romania because they have lax laws that they enforce. So I guess they're getting their just desserts. But let's get into some more of the facts about the indictment from NBC News.
According to Romanian officials, 3 others will also be charged in connection to human trafficking, including Andrew's brother, Tristan. A spokesperson for the Tate brothers confirmed their indictment to NBC News. Both brothers deny all allegations. The 2 were remanded into custody back in December before being released under house arrest in March. They are currently waiting for a trial date to be set.
Now, don't expect any news on them being found guilty anytime soon because a trial could take a significant amount of time, apparently up to several years due to how the Romanian legal system works. But Romanian officials detailed the Tate brothers' criminal enterprises. From the Associated Press, Romania's anti-organized crime agency known as DCOT said the 7 alleged victims were recruited with false declarations of love and taken to Romania's Ilfov County, where they were forced to take part in pornography. Women were allegedly controlled by, quote, intimidation, constant surveillance, and claims they were in debt, prosecutors said. And Andrew Tate has been extremely open about his trafficking techniques, even creating a program to teach other men how to sex traffic women. In a now deleted portion of his website, Tate pitched his tactics to other dudes, describing to a T what he's been accused of. In his own words, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Tate, I've been running a webcam studio for nearly a decade. I've had over 75 girls work for me, and my business model is different than 99% of webcam studio owners. Over 50% of my employees were actually my girlfriends at the time, and of all my girlfriends, none were in the adult entertainment industry before they met me. Now, prosecutors also alleged that Tate physically abused and intimidated the women, and one of Tate's victims spoke to Vice News about her experience.
When we moved into the bigger apartment, that's when more girls started coming into the apartment to work for Andrew. And that's when I just witnessed so much, like verbal, physical, not just to me, but the other women involved. And it just got worse over time. Andrew would call us lazy hoes. I saw him smack girls with a belt because she wanted a lion. He used to strangle us as well.
And I want to remind you all that there is a legion of incels online defending the man that she just described, the horrible things he would do. But speaking of the horrible things he would do, it should be unsurprising to everybody that he's also accused of attempting to recruit Romanian girls as young as 16 via Instagram. BBC News Bucharest reported that Daria is one of 2 teenagers who have described to the BBC how Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan approached them online, apparently using a standard formula. It was obvious we were high school girls, Daria said. We had our high school in our bio and everything. I think he was just trying to find girls who were as innocent or naive as possible, in my opinion. So he's currently being investigated by that. There could be further charges coming down the road as far as attempts to sex traffic minors and actually sex trafficking minors, as well as being investigated for tax fraud, which is another thing he described in detail and on his website and in many videos, how he does very effectively. So was for so long, Andrew and Tristan Tate have been, screaming their innocence. They're still saying it now that they've been formally indicted. they've got a legion of losers echoing their sentiments online, but it really seems like the consequences are coming.
Yeah, it makes me wonder, Ray, how the cops ever arrested anybody before the internet. I mean, their jobs are so freaking easy these days. These people will just snitch on themselves. They will document everything, overshare, even when they are participating in extremely vile acts. This guy is pretty grotesque. I'm happy that he got caught, obviously. He's inflicted pain on a lot of young women, which is horrible, and he should pay his penance for it. I think the unfortunate part, Ray, as you mentioned, is that oftentimes when these cult leaders, and let's be serious, these manosphere dudes, they're baby cult leaders. And oftentimes when a cult leader gets in trouble, the flock, they sort of double down and dig in. It's like, no, the authorities are just coming because he's spewing so much truth. They just can't allow this much truth to be spewed. And so all of these, basically alienated and disaffected young men, they're not going to seek help and get better. They're not gonna have a mea culpa behind this arrest. Unfortunately, a lot of these guys are gonna still be miserable and just horrible members of society, still adhering to this dude's beliefs. To me, that's the worst part. It's nice that he's gonna individually pay his penance and go to jail, but the people who supported him and enriched this guy and still have a lot of problems, they're not gonna seek help behind this.
Exactly, and you're right about the cult leaders. I mean, we still see former members of the Nexium cult protest outside Keith Raniere's prison cell. They've been recently going on podcasts to try to spread the message of how the justice system did this cult leader wrong. And it exactly mirrors what the Andrew Tate supporters are doing. And hopefully over time, the supporters dwindle in numbers like we see it with a lot of these other cults.
Or hopefully over time, these people are able to get, I don't know, a hand job or something. Get some love in your life, please, for the love of God. Get some human touch, compassion in your life. I promise you, it's a lot better than complaining about women online, guys.
Right, and I promise you that complaining about women online is not gonna land you anywhere.
It's not. No woman has ever said, oh my God, this one guy, I met him. He was just bitching on online forums about how horrible women are. And I just couldn't wait to go on a date with him and get in the sack with him. It's never happened, ever.
Right. Exactly. I mean, even Andrew Tate had to pretend to love these women to get them to date him in the first place. He had to pretend to be nice and a good boyfriend. And it wasn't until after they were within his grasp that he exposed who he really was. So the personality that he's selling to these young men isn't the personality that got him women in the first place.